Hey, how's it going, guys? So today's tip video is going to be all about deodorizing the inside of your car in case you've noticed like a smoke smell or a pet odor or, really just anything that seems off. I'm going to show you a couple products that don't really work that well or they're not doing what you think. And then I'm also going to show you a couple products that you can use that actually do a pretty good job. So check out these tips. Okay, so you've gotten in your car one day and you notice a smell that, didn't used to be there, or you just notice things seem a little off, and it's the first time you noticed it, so you decide that it's time to clean things up. For me, what happened is I was transporting a pet one day, and we were going on a trip, and she ended up making a mess on my seat right here, somewhere. And I cleaned it up as best I could, but I noticed the other day that I'm starting to smell that urine smell again, and I wanted to make sure that I could get rid of it. So I figured now would be a good time to make a tip video on kind of what to do. So most people's first idea is going to be to use something like this, although this is a little bit more household, but air fresheners like Glade or Febreze to clean up the smell in their car. But really the problem with using something like this, like Febreze, or any kind of air freshener, like for example the ones that go in the vent, or the little ones you hang from your mirror or stick under your seat, all that kind of stuff. The problem with these is what they're really doing is just masking whatever's causing the odor in your car. They rely on being overpowering and beating that bad smell, which is not what you want. What you actually want to do is get your vehicle cleaned up so that it doesn't smell like whatever's causing the smell anymore. So we'll just pitch these, because these aren't going to be useful for what we're looking for. What we're really looking to do is use something like this. I know I showed this in another video, but this stuff's really cool. It smells really good, but it's not overpowering like Glade or Febreze are, or any kind of car air freshener. And what you're going to want to do, it takes a lot more work than using Febreze, but you're actually going to take this and you're just going to clean the inside of your car. That's the first step to getting a good smelling car, is you're just going to have to clean it up. So you're going to want to remove all the litter that's in the cup holders. For example, back here, I've got a cup in my cup holder right now. That needs to go because there's probably old sticky soda in it that's causing a little bit of smell. You're gonna want to check your, door pockets, make sure, or your seat pockets and your door pockets for that matter. Make sure you get those cleaned up. And you just really want to get all the trash out, get all the old, food and drink and all that out of here, because all of that can cause odors in its own right. And then after that, once you clean up all the trash, you're going to want to use something like this and just wipe off all your interior surfaces. Make sure they're nice and clean, get the dust out, get the dirt out, get the grime out, get the sticky messes out. Just use something like this. It doesn't have to be Meguiar's, but you get the idea. It can be soap and water. You just want to clean up this interior first. That's step number one. So yeah, that's step number one. Just getting the car interior clean. Once you get the inside clean, take a couple days, evaluate, and see if that gets rid of the odor. If it doesn't, it's time to move on to the next couple steps I have, where we can try a couple different products to take care of this odor for you. So one pretty good overnight treatment that I've used before that works great on cloth upholstery like this and carpet is actually just baking soda. Just simple, baking soda you use around the kitchen or in the house. A lot of people deodorize their fridges with it. The same principle applies for your car. So you're just going to want to take this, open it up and then sprinkle it around everywhere from your floorboards and your carpets to your seats. And you're just going to put it everywhere inside, particularly in the area that's smelly. So like for me, that pet mess was back here. I could come in and sprinkle a little bit, heavier back here and underneath the seat where I think it ran. And then let that sit for a couple hours to overnight is even better. And then I'll just come in the next day, vacuum it out, and it should get rid of the odor. That's one step you can try. And it kind of just, baking soda absorbs the scent and then you vacuum it up, which gets rid of it. If your cleaning and your vacuuming didn't do the trick, try that next. After that, kind of on the same principle, you can use this. And what this is just a regular piece of, lump charcoal that you would use to, or a charcoal briquette, I should say, that you'd use to grill in your backyard. Just pick some of these up, and you can put like one of these under each seat. I'd probably wrap it in something porous like a napkin, just so that the dust doesn't go everywhere. And just let that absorb odors under the same principle. Although this one, you know, you wouldn't want to vacuum this up, obviously. But you can just take them out once you think they've done the trick. Usually overnight to a week should work if you've put a couple in. I haven't personally tried this one, but I think I will actually today. I'll probably just leave this guy in here and see if it takes care of my problem. But that's trick number 2. You can try using some charcoal to absorb the odors. One product I have used before, and it's trick number 3, is going to be these Moso natural air purifying bags. They contain activated charcoal, and it's basically the same thing as using like the grilling charcoal, except they're housed in this little eco-friendly bag. These bags are biodegradable, and what you can do with this, they claim to have a life of 2 years, and what you do after they've reached their lifespan is you can just bury these in their backyard. They say everything's biodegradable and it can be fertilizer for your backyard. But these things are pretty great because you just put them in your car, let them absorb odors, and then just every month you put them out in the sunlight and you let them recharge. And I think they work pretty well. I definitely think they recommend this size right here for a car, but I kind of liked the bigger one that I got. It worked a little better in my truck. If you got a smaller car, this will probably work great, but if you got a little bit bigger vehicle like a truck, you might want to get one of the bigger sizes. But these things naturally absorb odors like we're talking about, and all kinds of allergens and bacteria, and they also help to prevent moisture from lingering in your vehicle, causing mold and mildew. So these things are really awesome, and you know, they've got a great eco-friendly drive behind them. So check them out. You can get these on Amazon pretty inexpensively. I'll link them down below. This is another option you can try that are great for deodorizing a car or even the inside of your house. So check them out. Not sponsored, I just really like the product. And then lastly, as another trick here, trick number 4, I've got Lysol disinfectant spray. And this is really great for if you've got odors in your AC. You know, when you turn on your AC, if it kind of smells mildewy or gross, what you're going to want to do is just take your Lysol, run your AC at full blast, and you'll want to just come up and just spray this in the AC or the air intake. Make sure you have it to accept outside air, and you just spray that in there pretty liberally, and it'll allow you to clean up the you know, the AC and on the inside, the ducts and everything, and it should help kind of sterilize it and get some of the mold out if there's mold growing in there. And so yeah, you'll just turn it to full blast on cold and, you know, run that in the outside in the intake, and then once you've done that and let it run for a couple minutes, switch it to all the way hot and do the same thing, and that'll clean out the heater core too. And if you don't have any Lysol, actually the better way to do this is to pick up a dedicated product that is specifically meant for spraying in there. I think they're called deodorizers or something like that, but I don't have any with me, and Lysol is kind of the cheap man's alternative to that. I've used it on a 2008 Durango that had a mildewy air system, and it worked pretty well for quite a few months. So this stuff will really clean out, you know, that mold and mildew that's kind of accumulated in your air duct system. But anyways, that's just a couple of tips you can try. Really easy stuff that, you know, will allow you to just kind of deodorize the inside of your vehicle rather than mask the scent. Those little, you know, Christmas tree mirror hanging fresheners are great, or the ones that, you know, you put on your vent. Those are good and all, they smell great, but what they're really doing is just masking the odor. And for me personally, I find that a lot of times those things are a little bit too overpowering and they're a little bit too strong, and I don't like to just have that scent just blasting my nose all the time. So I prefer to go with the route of no smell is a clean smell, and I like to absorb the odors by A, vacuuming my vehicle, B, cleaning it off all the surfaces with a surface cleaner, and, you know, making sure the carpets are clean and everything, and then C, I like to put out some of these odor absorbing products like I talked about, like the baking soda or the activated charcoal, and just let those do the work. And if you've got a specific area in your vehicle like I do where there's a pet mess down below, you know, I'll put that charcoal right there on that pet mess, and it works really well to absorb those odors. And you know, if none of this works, then your best option is going to be to either deal with it or contact a professional. So you'll have to look up professionals that do, you know, odor removal in your area. But this is kind of the cheap man's way to do it, you know, baking soda and charcoal. So I recommend you check it out. You know, which one of these do you like best, and which one are you going to try? Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to try and just use some baking soda you have laying around, or are you going to go buy some activated charcoal Moso bags and try those out? You know, just let me know below which one you like better, which one you're going to try. And I hope you stay tuned and check out some other videos that I've got coming out in the future, and check out the past videos that I've got on the channel, because I got all kinds of tips and tricks like this on there. So check those out, and I'll see y'all next time. Happy wrenching.